And then, of course, I gave the order to my guys, okay, everybody get out. So it was like a 16, 18 guys with a AR-15. And then we find out they did an ambush for us. They break you down, you know, they're gonna break you to transform you like in a warrior. So you train to a war.
So, Rodrigo, chapter 2 of your biography.
Yes.
Welcome to our new studio here.
Yes.
Hopefully it's going to be a new studio. So let's jump right back into where we stopped. So we talked about you being part of the Brazilian water polo team.
Yes.
Okay. And you know how you ended up there. Just to remind us what you were doing there, you know, and maybe tell me about your challenges in training for water polo, being part of the team.
So that I remember, I started swimming, and then with one problem with my coach, I changed. I said I will stop swim, and then I changed to the water polo. So I start the water polo, but swimming very well. So was very good for me. I was lucky because as fast I was playing very well, so I was invited to start to play in the national team for juniors. And 2 years later, I became an adult, like seniors. Mm-hmm. And then I started playing and traveling around the world. That was the best thing. But the challenge that you are asking for, when you training national team, you training high performance. So you train like 8 to 10 hours a day. Mm-hmm. So you must do split because you must do stud. So usually I wake up at 4:35 and then we go to swim.
Wow, 4:30 in the morning. You wake up
every day.
Wow.
And then you start swimming at 5. So I remember the club is not open for the member, just for us, for the national team. And everybody was waking up, and I was training. I already swam like maybe 10 miles every morning. And then when we got the lunch, we go back to the gym. We do some exercise, and afternoon and at night we train together. Mm-hmm. So it was hard because it's not every day you want to train, you know. Mm-hmm. And I was young, so sometimes you're tired. You need to study for some tests. But I put in my mind when I start to travel, and that it's going to open the door for the world.
So let me pause you there. When your mind says I don't want to train, I'm too tired. What do you do? What did you do, and what do you do nowadays?
So. My own tricky, that's how you use it.
Your own trick, yeah.
Yeah, my own trick was I break down the steps and I create habits. So I stopped to think and just do it. Mm-hmm. So my first goal, and I remember, was funny because most of the time I don't want to go to the swimming pool. I don't want to train today, so I don't want to go there. But I remember when I arrived there, that sometimes the train was perfect. I said, hey, I'm glad that I came today. So my mission was breaking down to say, okay, I just need to go there. Mm-hmm. When I was there, okay, you have the friends, you hanging out, you start laughing, and then I'm gonna train. So usually it's a challenge. Mm-hmm. And it happened in jiu-jitsu too. It happened sometimes in the professional training, in the military police too. So usually I break down this one to step by step. And my first goal is to go there. Like
just to get there, just to get to the place. That's it.
Just got the place, and then I feel the energy, and then I think you can put yourself in the right way, because sometimes your mind is weak. You know, our mind is always challenging themselves to rest. Oh no, rest a little bit more. So it's like to wake up in the morning. Sometimes you must use alarm, and people just press the snooze.
Snooze, yeah.
Snooze. So you just wake up.
Yeah.
So you break it down, you know. So take a shower. You don't need to take a cold shower or dive inside the ice bath. No, you don't need it. You just wake up. Just stand up.
That's it.
When you stand up, the thing's gonna happen. But I think the problem is think about everything. Oh no, I need to train, and then I'm gonna be tired. No, I just need to go there. Mm-hmm. That's my goal. So
first step.
Exactly.
Step by step.
Step by step.
Step by step.
So that's how my mind works until today.
Step by step. Okay. I have a question. I understand that somebody very close to you passed away when you were a teenager.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about this.
Who was that? Was my grandfather. Mm-hmm. His name is Max Prujansky. Mm-hmm. He came from Poland, and live in Brazil. He was very important in my life because he was like my father. My father was not so present in my life, so he is my grandfather by my mother's side. And we live at the same street, so it was funny because I live in 104 and he lives 122. I don't need to even cross the street to get his home. And I remember that I spent all my childhood with him and my grandmother. And he passed me. He gave me a lot of Jewish values that I keep practicing today. He had an amazing history about this because when he came to Brazil, he married with my grandmother, and the priest told to him that to not pass the Judaism to their sons and the daughters. And my grandfather had five children and created 6. One of his employee passed away, and he adopted
the employee's child to be his 6th child. Wow.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yes.
That's incredible.
And it's not easy to. I think it's forever to create 6 child is not easy, right? 6 child is
a lot of children.
Yeah. So he gave me a lot of values. He was very, very tough guy. He was not like a warm. He was very straight, tough guy. But he gave me the principles that I keep following until today. So when I was 13, he passed away.
Yeah.
So I remember that I thought that he waited for my bar mitzvah age to pass away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
what values specifically you carry with you that he taught you? Anything you can share with us?
Yes. I think the two very important principles that I remember. The first one is always trust in God, and the second one is respect my father and my mother. Even if my father was not present, he always said to me to respect him. Because, of course, child's a lot of questions, right? Sure. So I did a lot of questions. I think I couldn't understand why my father is not present. Like, you go to the school, you have a presentation, everybody have parents over there, and my father was not present.
Sure.
And he was there. Sure. And of course I start to complain, and he say, hey, look, if you were here, you own that to your father and to your mother. So respect. I don't wanna listen any complaint. So I think it was the 2 principles that I really believe.
Sure.
And I think it was very important for me.
Got it. That's very
strong.
Special. That's very special. So you went to college and you went to law school, right? And somehow you ended up being a policeman. How did that happen?
I think it was a dream for a child, like become a police officer. And I think I can say that I was very blessed in my life to start in sports and to go to the national team, to travel around. With no money, we are humble and not poor, but comfortable, but very short. But when I start to travel a lot, I start to open my mind to all the stuff. And of course, I think the justice in my mind to do justice, to help people, was very young. I started very young to thinking about to become a police officer. But the sports opened the door for me. So I lived everything that I could inside the water polo team. So I travel around the world with the place that maybe today I was not gonna take my money to go there, but was an opportunity. Like we went like Cuba, Japan, Kuwait.
With water polo team.
Water polo team, yeah.
Wow,
like
incredible.
Turkey. So what was amazing for me. I started with 16, but when I got the news that I'm gonna be a father, I changed my mind and I said, hey, now I need to think about my future and my kid. And then I started to do a law school, thinking about
how old were you when you discovered you're gonna be a father?
22.
22. Okay.
22. So. And then I did the law school thinking about to do some public employees jobs and the opportunity. And then
in Brazil, people become public employees because it's a very stable job.
Exactly.
And it pays well.
Yeah, I would not say that pays well, but you are comfortable that you're going to receive in the end of the month, you're going to receive your paycheck.
Right. There's no doubt there.
Exactly. And of course, you are in a safe position because you're not going to be like fired for any reason. You must do something wrong. And then I applied for a lot of police tests, a lot of. Like we have a lot of professionals inside, and then I passed to become a police officer. And I did 3 years military school, was 3 years, living inside the military station. And I was dad, so my son, when I started, my son was 7. And then when I graduate, I was fourth in my class, was 160 something. And with graduation, with your classification, you can choose your unit. And then I choose to go to a special unit. Because I think raising inside the sports is very important. That I think is a good message for kids and for parents who think to put your child in any sports that you could put, please do it. Because the sport creates a good atmosphere that you must follow the lines, you must to do your best. And become a national team, I think become normal for my mind, always thinking to stay with the best. So when I started in the police station, I said, okay, who is the best inside? So then I find out 4 special units. I say, okay, so I want to be part of one. And then I go for the Shocky, that's a crowd management. But we work a lot inside the favelas too to help BOPI, that's a special unit too.
There's 2 units, you said Shock and BOPI.
Yeah, there's 2 different units. We have 4 special units.
What do those units do?
So these both units, BOPI and Shocky, we work inside the favelas against the narco traffic. So
favelas, just tell people about who are not familiar with Brazil. What are favelas?
Oh, the favelas is slum. Unfortunately, it's a poor place. Like usually, it's in the mountains.
It's a neighborhood in the city usually.
Yes. You have like neighbors, the regular neighbors. But in Brazil, in Rio, especially in Rio, every neighbor you have one mountain.
Right.
And on the mountain, you have poor people living inside.
Favela in the mountain.
Favelas, exactly.
Okay.
So the drug dealers go inside and they dominate the area. So they are the rule inside the favela. So they create the laws. So you just can buy the water with me. You must to sign the cable, the TV cable with me. So they sell the extortion and they sell drugs. So these units, these special units, usually go inside. Because these people is not everybody who lives in favela are criminals. Of course, they are poor.
Sure.
So I think they are victims from them. So our goal is try to hold them. And the special units, we have a lot of a lot of work to do in Brazil, unfortunately, because they are very, very strong. The narco traffic is very good, very strong, very strong. So usually the mission of my unit usually is supposed to be crowd management. So if you have like a crowd in the street or prison rebellion, that's our job. But we have a lot of demand that just BOPI can do alone. So we start to doing together. So we start to working a lot. Every day we have a special operation inside the favelas.
Every day?
Every day.
Wow.
Every day.
What was the training like for those special units?
It's hard. It's hard. It's very hard because they break you down. You know, they're gonna break you to transform you like in a warrior. So you train to a war. It's not just. I can say that. I don't want to be arrogant, but the police in Brazil, especially in Rio, they are more war than police are because the reality.
It's a war going on.
Exactly.
Inside the city.
Exactly. So it's we call irregular war because asymmetric war, because inside the favela you have heavy guns, like on the war, like .50. .50 you can shoot in the armored car. So how could you have this gun inside the favela? So it's a war.
Wow.
And usually they use a rifle. So rifle is very common in favelas. So rifle is a war gun. So for special unities, the procedures about the course, the specialist course, they are very heavy because they must to break you down and build another guy. So build a new warrior that gonna understand and gonna live inside the hell. Because every day that you go to inside a favela, you're gonna see something that's not normal for anyone.
Wow.
So it's very common to have a PTSD with the special units because you work every day, you work inside, and you see how the human being could be so bad between each other, you know, so worse.
Wow.
Worse situation, worse condition, no lights, no sanitary, no nothing.
Sure.
They just survive inside.
Wow.
So unfortunately, that's the reality still nowadays.
Wow. I'm going to ask you a question. What was the scariest or maybe most intense moment in your service that you experienced? If you can go in just give us an example from your story.
I had one situation that I remember was a special operation. We start very early, like we entered the favela like 3 a.m. I was in charge of this day, and the armor car gonna enter in the first street. I'm gonna go with my team. The armor car goes straight to the target, and then we are waiting for them to run to my team. But what happened was, I think, during this plane, was not mine, but I just received the mission. I think our intelligence committed a mistake, and during this period, during this mission, during the street that I was driving with my team, I was with 4 cars, 16 or 18 guys together. I was in the first car. During the way, it was night, 3 a.m. We saw like in the middle of the street, we saw like a big concrete. So they put a concrete in the middle of the street so you can pass. So I think my intelligence committed a mistake of that. They didn't get it. But what was the point? When we start to driving around to go back, was like a film. I just pressed the corner on the street. There was an intersection. We passed it. I saw in the middle of the street, and then we drive around. And then when I was come back, I just drove like 30 seconds. We have a tree in the middle of the street. Tree.
Okay.
I say, how it's possible? And then, of course, I gave the order to my guys. Okay, everybody get out. So it was like a 16, 18 guys with an AR-15. And then we find out they did an ambush for us. And then we start to shoot each other. So they did the ambush because in the mountains, like I said, we are on the street and the guys was on top. So they have topography advantage because they look into you like ants. It's very easy to find out. So I think they are not expecting that my team was so big, because they were like, I think was like 6 or 8, and we were like 16. So we react. I remember I sent 2 guys to take the tree out, and then we drove away. We did the mission, and later when it was the sunlight came, I said, okay, I want to check what happened. And then I discovered that the guys was waiting for us to pass, and then I think 4 guys maybe, they put the tree, they opened the gate, and they dragged the tree to the middle of the street to do the ambush. Wow. So I said, I think that was because what's the point? When you stay in one situation like that, it's a lot of pressure. How to think under the pressure? I think that's the goal in this history. It's not just how afraid I was. No. You must understand quickly, and you must give a message quickly, because if you are in command like I was, I must give order for my guys, because they're gonna expecting for you something. Okay, Captain, what's the mission? What are we gonna do? What are you gonna do? If you don't do that, maybe someone can die. So my mission, my message was, okay, everybody get out, because when you have conflicting with the cars, usually we give this message: get out the car, because the car become like a magnetic. It's very easy to shoot in the car. So if you stay inside the car, they're gonna find you out. So you drop. So I remember exactly how it worked. And then later I studied to understand how they were like confident, to try to do something like that. If it's a small team, like 1 car or 2 car, I think they're gonna be dead. But we are a big team, so we save ourselves. But that was what I think was one of the most. Of course, I have a lot other experience about my guys were shooted, rescuing them. But I think this one was emblematic for me, because they are very smart and brave. Yeah, that was like a film, like an ambush.
Brave, not in a good way, in a bad way.
Exactly, in a bad way. Yeah.
Bad way.